Hey guys, I wanted to do an updated minimalist apartment tour because soon I plan on decorating for fall and I just wanted how my place usually looks no matter what season. So the hallway still looks the same. I'm also not going to go through any of the closets because more or less also the same. And organization isn't that fun. This is mostly about interior. So this is my living room now. I still do have this table, which I got from Facebook Marketplace. I don't like it anymore, or the idea that I had of having like a glass table. Um, I still like aspects of it, the idea of it in other formats, but then when you actually put things that you love in your place, you realize you can't put everything you love in your place. And I originally wanted like a glass table so you would be able to see this rug design. Well, at first, the first table that I really wanted was like a concrete essence table because concrete is pretty heavy. But then I moved on to a glass table once I picked out this rug. And now I'm still stuck on if I want a table or where I would put it. If I want to try to get some side tables, I feel like two half side tables, the half circular tables, like one on this side and one on the other side of the couch would look nice, but then it's so close to that table. I'm working on doing like a screen record video of my Pinterest board so you can kind of see the different visions and the different furniture I like. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna have to be like alternative and move this rug up and then put a table onto the wood because sometimes I do like wood on wood. But I also had a friend's couch being held here, kind of a storage space because he was moving. And after it was moved, I realized how much like that couch took space to make this whole living room kind of more proportionally attractive. And right now I'm like in the in between of being materially satisfied but not spatially satisfied. I did have this table here at one point and I liked it like this. Like I know I want like a console or something here, but then it also is like if I put like a console here, then there's like a likelihood that something will have to be on it, or I don't want I don't want it to be like a regular kind of bench console. So there's only things on it and there's nothing underneath it. But then also if there's shelves underneath it, then I'm like, what do I put on the shelves? Because I don't have stuff. And that is where I'm at. It's really hard because I love furniture, I love big pieces, but then as soon as I get them, or I know when I get them, it's not necessarily going to be used, and then I dislike it for other reasons. I've also really been interested in a piece that's like aluminum or metal or stainless steel, however you want to word it, something that's kind of like the silvery chrome as a table or as a bookshelf. There is one that's like $20 from IKEA. It's like a regular size standard bookshelf. I think it's 3-tiered shelves. It had been sold out and like unavailable for pickup for quite a bit. And then by the time it was, I was kind of second guessing myself because I wanted it in my bedroom to kind of contrast other things going on in there. But then once again, I was like, I don't know what this will hold. If I'm just gonna put like 2 candles on top and like a picture frame on the above, and it's gonna be another minimalist situation. I mean, all of this is minimalist, but it's really, hard in a way, even though it's my choice, to have such sparingly or sparing, have such things sparingly, but then also want furniture. I still want to put this picture on this wall, but I'm just intimidated because it's kind of heavy and I'm gonna need like heavy duty nails. So I'm intimidated about the rental responsibility of like putting holes in walls, but I'm gonna do it because I've already lived so much of my adulthood, like living a lone life with things being on the floor that I've wanted on the walls because I just like didn't do it. I also got this frame. I thrifted this frame recently, and that's the picture it originally came with. I have to think about what I want in there, but I just cut this out. And then this, I'm unsure what to do with, if I can try to sell it. I got it because it's kind of a pojagi curtain, which I believe is Korean or is Japanese. It's usually a style that's similar to a stained glass look, but it's curtains and it's kind of stitched together, or even like a kantha quilt type of look. But yeah, this is from an Etsy seller, and I think just because it was unique and one of a kind, and I thought the colors on the screen when I saw just contrasted more and just felt more like bright, and I was just feeling like deep FOMO if I didn't get it, so I got it. But I think there were other designs that would have looked better, and also in the sense that they would be less like unique. Like, I really don't have flower motifs. I really have nothing that kind of balances out. I don't have anything in this style, I don't have anything in this color, and I don't know where to put it, because usually these you get like rings on the top and you hold it somewhere as a curtain, and just these dimensions, like I don't know what to do with it, but I wanted to put it there as an example of styling and also a mistake. I did briefly watch or kind of like two-speed through my first apartment tour to understand how it looked, because I've already kind of familiarized myself with how it looks now, that it doesn't seem like a big difference, but it kind of is a big difference, but it's kind of not. I got this hutch from Facebook Marketplace for like $40, or maybe it was $60. Somewhere in between then. When I first got this, I just styled it in like the last 2 weeks. When I first got it, I kind of put like all my trinkets that had been on my table, under my table, in here, and then it just looked a bit messy and kind of like looking at a junk drawer. And so I pulled back on some items that felt more like an obligation or something, and I just wanted it to be neater. And something that I really like to see is kind of when people have their things placed almost as a museum, or give them like space to breathe, and it also becomes like the skyscraper structure. So there's kind of like a skyline view as you see the shapes and how they continue. But yeah, for the most part, all the items in here were already shown. It's just their presentation is different. And then on top, I kind of have my candle collection going on. And this, if you remember, has like arts and crafts stuff. And then those are 2 books that I just got from the library this week that I will be reading next. In this space right here, I have a poster from Chicago of like the Chicago train lines that I want. I need a frame for it. And I've been trying to thrift a frame because I want a similar frame as these ones, because I really like these chrome thin and gallery frames, which I have seen more at the thrift store. It just hasn't been the correct dimensions. So I'm waiting on that, because I try to look for these new and they're like $60+, and I'm not feeling like paying that. Another key change that I swear by, and I feel like even if you have blinders, like, don't just sit with the blinders, get curtains. I got this curtain rod from Amazon, and I got the curtains from Amazon too. The only thing that I would think about more in the future is, I was watching a video and they said to get your curtains longer than what the length needs to be, like what it measures out to be, because when you have longer curtains, they can kind of bunch up more, which presents more luxury because of all the lines, and just all the fabric material is just more luxurious. These come across as less textured because they have to be pulled more each way. But at the same time, I kind of like that the lines are more minimal, so then it's not like fighting the rest of the room. And by the rest of the room, mostly the couch, because I kind of like that the couch is still the main focus. And then there's just like a tiny hint of contrast because of the pink, and that the pink and the curtains kind of feminize the room as well. because this rug is, I don't think it's very feminine, which is fine. But I was really trying to find a color and find a way to play within these elements of like masculine and feminine, and then curves and also like straight lines. Something else that's new is this lace tablecloth. It is like polyester lace. It's not real lace. It's also from Amazon. I feel like so much of my style inspiration is just pops of things. So it's like a pop of concrete, a pop of metal, a pop of lace, a pop of blue, and a pop of pink, things like that, rather than a whole, like, quote unquote, aesthetic. Something about the gathering of certain textures and certain colors and certain shapes in a minimalist way is like, I liken it to like a monastery. Like, I liken it to being a monk. And when you have such small amount of artifacts, the way that they stand out and they hold such presence because there's so few of them. So like these items are all different, but then you put them together and it looks purposeful, and you can kind of imagine that there must be some memories tied to them. My kitchen is pretty standard. It's probably my least inspired place because I think it's just always constantly being wiped down because I'm either cooking or I'm washing dishes. I really like when people have the kitchen counter lamp, the small ones, and then also this more rising thing of the return to like a kitchen TV. I think it's like the only TV I would allow. And yeah, so since there's not much I want to like put on the counter, and those flowers are just there because I didn't want them anywhere else in the moment, to kind of falsify how I envision this place. I can't remember if when I previously showed this, if it had like that metal magnet bar in which like knives and other utensils could be on it, but that fell off because the strips behind it weren't sticky enough, so it fell off and I still have yet to put it back on. But as for now, it's really just utilitarian, other than these like collages that I made. Next, my bathroom. So the only thing that basically changed was my shower curtain, and I got this from Urban Outfitters. I did intentionally look at Urban Outfitters for like home stuff, usually in their sales area, but I would never find anything I really cared for. And then I was looking at clothes one day and this just came up in like the recommended area, and I was like, wow, this is actually a shower curtain that I would like. And I think things like shower curtains and rugs have been the hardest to like understand how in which I can be an individual. Like, how does one have a shower curtain taste? And I really liked these swirls because they reminded me of stuff that I've pinned on Pinterest. And I like ephemeral stuff. I like things that have some kind of transparency to them. I like things that feel fluid. I feel like because I live the most within my living room and my bedroom as like an actual person with an identity, that's why they get the bulk of my interest in changing or like feeling like I need to have it all together at once. Whereas the kitchen is like my least inspired, and then the bathroom is also like I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm really in no rush because, yeah, it's just hard to understand how a bathroom can reflect my tastes. I just know I sorely, sorely need some type of rug here, and it is the most unfortunate shape. It's disgusting. Lastly, my bedroom. So I moved my bed up against this wall. I don't think it's technically good feng shui, but I was bored of it against the other wall. And I mean, that's basically it. Sometimes you need an energy shift. I also got this new comforter. It's some kind of down-filled comforter from Target. So I think it was like $100 or something. It's really comfortable. I'm in the process of making my bed as comfortable as possible. So I have this new comforter. And then I also got like these Egyptian cotton sheets from Walmart for like $45 on sale. Eventually, I will get something just as soft, but like pink pillowcases. I also need 2 pillows and I need to upgrade my pillow. I need like a mattress topper. So far it's like my bed's great, my comforter's great, my sheets are great. I need a new pillow, I need a new mattress topper. It's very important. And this girly I made at Build-A-Bear, and she doesn't really fit in with like my kind of sophisticated aesthetic, but I'm not gonna put her in a closet. Like, I made her. I still have this rug, and then I need to work on figuring out these curtains. Maybe that'll be like my next thing. I'm also just gonna have like, I need a break. I need to focus on saving, so we'll get back to that in fall. This is my current vanity setup. I put all my perfumes in this luggage thing. I think I'm gonna sell it soon because I'm just not attached to it as much anymore. And it's just so bulky, and it's like it's awkward when it's on the ground because it's just small enough that it's like it doesn't have quite enough presence. But then when it's on something, it's like too big for that thing that it's overpowering. Like, I think I would like to find like a basic wicker basket and put perfumes in that and then just put it on the side here. I think that would be really cute. I just got this lamp this week. I found it on Facebook Marketplace and I bought it because it's similar to some other lamps that I've liked on Pinterest, except for I don't think they quite had a hole like that at the top. It's more so the angle, and it's kind of smaller than I thought, but the real difference is when you see pictures of it, it feels like it's gonna be paper or some kind of like fabric material, but it's actually like, it's like actually like plastic. It kind of gives like a 3D printed lamp, which kind of caused me to like immediately recoil and regret wanting to be interested in it, but I got it anyway. And I feel like from afar you don't really notice. Like, I think it's something that I can ignore. So it might not be as big of a deal. And I'm just gonna live with it for a little bit because I already like it just because I don't have any lamps. I'm really, yeah, that's what I also need to focus on is just I know my lighting could be better. I understand how the properties of lighting, having different like types of lighting and at different angles and different like heights really helps the sense of coziness. So this has definitely helped. Like, this is what it looks like with this little lamp and my big light. And now it's just the lamp. And it's so nice. So yeah, and then I have some weights under my vanity. I got those from Five Below, and I just do like 10 reps or rounds. I literally don't know any exercise terms. Um, every once in a while, I'll do it more. My goal was to kind of just do it like once every time I'm in the room. Yeah, that's all I really had to share for my apartment updates for now. Um, Maybe I'll see you in like 5 months on this, and some things will have changed. The 5 things I need to change will have changed.